Welcome back. This is Kevin with Everglades Canine Academy, and today I am working with the beautiful Abby, our 4-month-old Weimaraner. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be executing the down command, but in luring fashion. So I'm basically going to be using a food lure to start getting her into the down position. Okay. Um, some things I won't be doing. I'm not going to be using a verbal command. This is mostly going to be an exercise in a physical lure. Uh, I'm also using some simple tools. I'm using a slip lead and we're using her food. All right. Now, oftentimes I see people when I ask them if they can get their dog into a down, uh, one of the things that I see dogs and people commanding a sit first and then a down. So I always recommend that you get your dog into a down from a standing position. All right. Instead of having to give your dog two commands, like first we get her to sit, then we get him to down, they should just go from standing right into the down position. This will eliminate a step that you have to do, and it looks a lot nicer when they go into a down from a stand. So what we're going to do is we're going to start demonstrating this and practicing. We're going to have her practice by luring, okay? And eventually it's going to go into a hand command. But this is kind of like the first time she's been learning this from a stand position. So we are going to do a food lure. What I'm going to do is I'm going to load food in my hand, and I'm simply going to have her target with her muzzle, and then I'm going to slowly lower between her paws. All right. And I'm not going to use any verbal command at first. I want to lure her for multiple days into a down until she goes down almost instantly. Once I get my hand in that position, then I will go ahead and add the verbal command. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I add the verbal command today, but I bet she won't go down on the verbal command. So when you're executing this exercise, you get the dog into a stand position. See, she's targeting food. I'm not giving it to her. I'm not feeding her. Slowly lowering. Yes. Then I'm marking rewarding when her butt finally hits the ground. So I'm holding the food in my palm. I want to show you guys. All right, the food's in my palm. I'm holding it like this with my thumb so the dog can't get the food. Okay. All right, also, we're going to work on her not jumping. Okay. So when she's jumping up, she's not going to get anything. Yes, mark and reward. So you see how she's going into a down from a stand position. All right. When she's jumping on me, she's not going to get anything. If she auto sits, yes. If she auto sits, I'm going to move a little bit to get her into a stand. Okay. Now notice I'm not using the verbal down. I'm not telling her to down. Good. I am simply using all body language, all hand luring to do this. There we go. We want her to chase the lure a little bit. Yes. We want to mark and reward. Right when her butt hits the ground, that's when I'm delivering the payload. All right. Yes. Good. Try not to drop food like me. That's okay. Now, what we're going to do as she gets really good and used to this, notice right now how far I'm going down. Yes. My hand is almost going all the way to the ground. But over time, what I want to do is I want to go down maybe halfway. Yes. There we go. All right, she was cheating a little bit, but that's okay. We only really want to reward for 100% success. Okay, lure, a half lure. Yes, there we go. And that was a nice little hold that she did right there. Okay, so my movements are very slow and they're very confident. Okay, here we go. There we go. Now take in mind that I like to work dogs. Yes, I like to work dogs when they're hungry. Okay, so I'm not giving her a big meal before I do this. In fact, I made her a little bit hungry by withholding some food earlier in the day. All right. I love, if you're working with food, if you love working with food, even if you don't, I highly recommend you start trying to work with food because it's just such an easy way to get reps in. And it's, I mean, my favorite part of owning a dog is feeding it. Yes. But food is a great association. That's all we're doing. This is just association training. Okay. Yes. And food is an easy association. And uh, most dogs are considered to be working dogs. Like dogs love to work. Wait till their butt goes down. Yes. Mark and reward and deliver food. So, as a working dog, I want her to be working for the food. Okay, I want her to work for it. Right here. Dropped a little food. Yes, there we go. Once the butt goes down, and I'm marking with yes, and I'm rewarding. Okay. Nice little lure. Yes. Okay, so let's fast forward a little bit. Let's say we've been practicing this for a couple days. Let's say, like, right when I do this, she's going down. Right, so like right now, she's not going down at all. All right, let me go a little lower. That's about her threshold. Yes, I'll mark and reward. But what we do, here we go. You can eat that. What we do, we're gonna fast forward a little bit, and I'm gonna tell you how once the luring has come along and she's luring right away, she knows the hand signals. All we do is we say the verbal word first without moving our body. We wait 2 seconds and then we lure. And that is how you transform a dog into a pure verbal command where you don't have to move. You say, Abby, down, whoop, and she goes into a down. So I'm going to go ahead and execute that right now and show you how I do that. Okay. So let's get her standing. I want her standing. All right, Abby, down. Yes. So she's really good at sit. So anything she hears, she's like, sit. All right. But we don't want that. Abby, down. Yes. You can clearly see that she doesn't know down. I'm saying her name, what she does know, and I'm delivering the command down, which she just blankly stares at me. All right. So this is how we practice getting her to a verbal command. Abby, down. So we still getting the auto sit? Yes. Abby, down. Yes. Yeah. All right. The luring's getting a lot better too. I don't have to go down as far, which is a good sign that she's learning. Abby, down. Good. Yes. There we go. Notice how much time I'm giving her to think about and hear the command down, right? Abby, down. Yes. There we go. Now she's kind of completing the down on her own, which is nice. I'm only really luring halfway. All right. Good girl. Hands are neutral, okay? Don't keep your hand in your pouch. Abby, down. All right, let's work through the confusion with a good lure. Yes. Good. Good. That was actually good. She had a little bit of confusion. She was like, let me sit. I lured her into a stand. She's like, let me sit again. With a little bit of patience, I got her into a down. All right. Abby, down. Yes. Very good. All right, see how that's starting to come along a little bit? All right, so remember when you're adding the verbal command, a big mistake that I see a lot of people do is they go like this, down. And they're saying the command and they're moving their hand signal at the same time. And I'll tell you that the dog will never hear your command. They're looking at your hand and hand signal, right? So we want to perfect this. We want to train our dogs to perfection and we want success. So we want to give them the word first, let them process it, and if they can't perform it, then we show with the hand signal. All right, let's see if we can get one more rep in and then we're going to close it off there. Good. Abby, down. There's the auto sit, right? We don't want that. Hand signal. The auto sit, we don't want that. Little, yes. Good. So when she's struggling a little bit, I'm going to lure all the way. I want to be very clear of what I want her to do. I don't want there to be any confusion. And also, please take note. Notice how I didn't repeat my command. I said down one time, and I waited a little bit, and then I showed her what I want her to do. Okay? Yes. All right. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm just going to lure her throughout the day. Every little moment I get when it's about time to feed, I will practice luring her. Yes. And in the next couple days, then I'm going to really start adding on the verbal command more permanently and start to see her progress at that point. So thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed the video, please let me know down below. Like and share with all your friends, all that stuff, whatever people on YouTube do. I don't know. Please check in with her progress with Abby, the beautiful Weimaraner, and we'll see you at the next video. All right.